All right. All right. This is a video. It took me a while to get this. This is going to be the settings for Armor X Pro for 4.3 linear. I did 4.3 linear, and I did the ALCs for 4.3 linear also. Did some fine tuning, and I'm not going to say it made it better or made it worse, but when you're in linear, it the controller is kind of hard to have a steady aim because it's linear. So if you have zero dead zone or very low dead zone, the your sights is going to be moving all over the place. So what I did was I used the Armor X Pro to make it more manageable, 4.3 linear, and then I used the ALC settings to make it even more of a steady aim and still keep the 4.3 linear PC feel. So we're going to go in here and I'm going to go into the big one. Oh man, give me 1 second. I got to turn the controller on in order for it to hook up the controller in order to look into the app. When you want to go into the app to change something or do something, you have to have the controller, the big one, and the controller have to be turned on. So we're going to go in here and we're going to look at these settings that I have in here. And the settings are going to look kind of strange, but this is what works the best. Alright, so since the sensitivity is on 1, sensor horizontal vertical ratio is on 2.1. Moving down, the response curve is on 105. You have to have some type of response curve because of how high the settings are, because of the sensitivity. Dead zone compensation is on 34. I usually have that on 36, 38, something like that. All right, now this is the part where we are. What I was working on with the 4.3 linear, because trying to do it with the global switch is way too hectic. So I put it on a responsive switch. Now on the responsive switch, right stick, you see that that's marked in orange. So these are the buttons. And somebody asked a good question. They said, "What buttons do you have connected to the responsive switch settings?" Well, these are the buttons, the ones that's highlighted in orange, which is all 4 in the top row, all 4 in the bottom row. I've got LB, LT, RB, RT, A, B, X, and Y. All those buttons, all 8 of those, are highlighted. And once again, just for those who don't know, we're on the Z-axis, which is the side to side, not the Y-axis up and down. So this is what we have right now, and you can feel free to go ahead and get this on there, put that on there. If you have to pause the video, pause the video. I apologize if I move kind of fast through this, but it's a lot of work and there's a lot of stuff that's got to go in the video as well. For the stick, we have 0 dead zone. Then this is where things got kind of crazy. Okay, so we're on left stick response curve. I know the graph looks weird, but I had to do the graph like this because nothing else was working as far as on linear. And believe it or not, this works. And it works pretty good. So, all right, so we got left stick response curve customized. We got 2019 and we have 2100. That's on the left stick. Now we're going to move to the right stick. It should be a little bit different on the right stick. Yeah, a little bit different on the right stick, because this is the stick that this is where all of the responsiveness is coming from when you have it on this. All right, so we got 2830, and then we have 28,100. And as you can see when you look at the graph, it looks kind of weird, but this is what I came up with, and this is what worked the best. Okay. So those are the two main things, the motion and the sticks. But we're gonna move on to the trigger. Left trigger dead zone is on 1. I'm gonna explain now why it's on 1. Left trigger dead zone is on 1 because in the ALC settings, when you see it later on, you're gonna see what I did. I called this 99 problems. Right trigger dead zone is on 1 as well. And we're going to go to key maps just because we're supposed to. M1, M2, turbo, that's the left trigger, right trigger underneath the back buttons on the Armor X Pro. Now, we're going to go back to motion, and I'm going to explain something. The reason why I call this 99 problems, and that's what I call this 4-3 lineage, because number one, it caused me so many problems. Number two, in the ALC settings, I actually have put let me go to it so that we know what we're talking about exactly. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna go with this. All right, now I know you probably can't see this on here, but I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Now, if you look right here, the ADS turning ramp up time and the ADS turning ramp up delay. Right here, I have it on 99%, the ramp up time. The reason why I had a ramp up time on 99% is because that's the time when the turning extra yaw and turning extra pitch, that's how much time it takes to get to that. So I got it on 99%, and I've got the delay on 1%. The reason why I had the delay on 1%, if we look back at the triggers, remember back on the triggers where it said 1, I had the trigger dead zone on 1. That gives me 1 second to get on target before the ADS turning extra pitch and turning extra yaw takes place and goes into effect. So it only takes a second, probably less than a second, for me to put my sight on the target. And when do you want that aim assist, that aim assist that we talked about in the other video? When do we want that to slow down? We want that to slow down almost immediately. Not immediately, but almost immediately. So you got the 1%, to get the target. Okay, I see this guy, I got my sight on him, boom. I hit the left trigger and I'm aiming down sight. That only takes a second. Now you could switch it, maybe it take you maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds or something like that. You could switch it, and but what I found out that works is, all right, it's on 99%. That's what we have the turn and ramp up time on 99%. If we switch that, let's say it take us 2 seconds to get on target, so we have to switch the delay, the ramp up delay, to 2, and then we'll switch the ramp up time to 98. But what we're doing is we're making those two even out, because what I found is if you don't even these out, it'll be a gap in between you firing, and that gap in between you firing, that's when you're hitting the target, bang 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 bang, and then it goes off target, and then you have to try to line it back up with the target. So I found out that these two right here, the bottom two, the ADS ramp up time and the ADS ramp up delay, you want them to you want to even it out. The delay is that's just you going off of your ADS. So how much time does it take you to line up with a target? 1 second is, well, 1% of 1 second is real short amount of time, because when you see them, you pretty much gonna pull that aim down sight trigger. Once you pull that aim down sight trigger, then you should be ready to pull your fire button, your fire trigger, and start shooting at target. So I found that these settings right here, they work together. And a lot of people, they just have a lot of random numbers and a lot of random stuff, but I actually tested this out, and I worked on this for a long time. And the reason why I have to turn the extra pitch so low is because turning extra pitch, that's going to slow that's going to slow down your up and down. You don't want to slow down the up and down. It doesn't matter up and down. Look, you're going to hit a lot of headshots, you're going to hit body shots, you're going to hit everything up and down. That can be as low as, well, where I have it as low as a 6. I was looking for a 5, couldn't find it. I tried 7 and I tried 4, and 6 was somewhere in between, and that's why I had a lot of success with 6. But back to what I was saying, you don't want to slow down on the pitch, because the pitch is up and down. That's your up and down. You want to slow down on the yaw. You want that aim assist to take place on the yaw. So that's why we have the turning extra yaw, and we have that at what is this, 208. Uh, I've also I've also dealt with that. The reason why you don't max that out to 250 is because it has to coincide with your movement, your yaw up top, that 441 up top. It has to coincide with your movement, and it also has to coincide with your aim, your ADS, yaw and pitch speed. So you don't max that out, because if you max it out, it's gonna slow your aim down too much. Where if you're a little bit off, or if the person is moving, and some people do the bobbing up and down. uh I haven't seen a whole lot of, but they got the slide canceling, stuff like that. It's a lot of movement that they could do while you're shooting at them. So you don't want this to slow your aim all the way down. You don't want to maximize this. You want this to match what your ADS yaw speed and ADS pitch speed is. So you want to find that match where, yeah, if somebody's moving or somebody's bobbing up and down or whatever, you can keep up with them. And I've got my ADS yaw and ADS pitch at 134. I find that to be, for me personally, I find that to be that middle ground of where if somebody's moving around or whatever, the 208 on the turning extra yaw, ADS turning extra yaw, the 208 on there is enough to where it slows me down enough to where I could still move around if I have to, up, down, backwards, forward, or whatever, and stay on target, even though I have that turning extra yaw on. And once again, it's like I said, that's why we don't want a lot of turning extra pitch, because that bobbing up and down, and the movement that they're doing. Okay, you can bob up and down all day, because I have my pitch set low, and it's low enough to where I'm going to stay on target. And that's what this is about. A couple of other things I wanted to mention before I before I put some things at the end of this. Um, this game, playing this game, when you log in and you play the game, and you the go into a match, you have to realize, you have to understand that everything is not equal. Some people have faster internet, some people have 5G, some people have 3G, some people are playing on a monitor, some people playing on a television set. It's different variables that you have to take into account when you're when you're playing this game. And as you take those variables into account, what you got to realize is, okay, yeah, you might feel like you could do better, or oh man, that's terrible. I was one shot away. Okay, that person might be on 5G and you on 3G, or that person might be on a monitor at 144 hertz, and you're on a television that the native resolution on your TV is 60 hertz. It's a whole lot of different variables and a whole lot of things that go into the game. So I want to just remind you not to take things to heart if you feel like you're having a hard time finding your groove. Some of these matches you're gonna win, some of these matches you're gonna lose. But the way I play the matches, just like I said before, the way I play the matches, I play to strategy. Use the ring. The ring is, once you get to round 3, that ring is so powerful. It's up to you how you use it. You could use it. You could use it for cover. You could use it for at your back and do late rotations. That way, it's nobody behind you. All the fighting is in front of you. You could use it as, if you do an early rotation, you could use it to hold people out. And when it gets to round 4 and round 5, you could hold people out of the ring. You could hold people out, and they have to fight you, and they have to worry about the ring, because those hits from it, in those predicaments, those hits are going to do way more damage than you could ever do. So it's a game of variables and different things, and you have to keep all that stuff in mind. I'm just saying that to say, when I first started out, I started off with I had a mobile hotspot device that I was paying for, and the internet service on that thing sucked. And they charge you by the data that you use and all things like that. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is, it took time for me to build up my internet access and make sure that I got real good internet access. It took time for me to buy a monitor and realize, okay, yeah, this is why you use a monitor, because the frames per second makes a huge difference of how smooth the gameplay is, whatever. So it's a lot of things to keep in mind, but keep those things in mind so that you don't find yourself feeling some type of way because you're not where you want to be right now, and you're just gonna have to know that you're gonna get there. I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna make sure that I put some video up. Like I said, if I test something out, I test it out in the firing range and I test it out in game. So it's gonna be some firing range and a little bit of gameplay, and I'm gonna make sure I put the video up of the ALC so that you're not missing anything. But once again, this is the 4-3 linear and the 4-3 linear ALC settings that I tweaked a little bit and put together so that it's a little bit steadier aim than what it would be just going 4-3. And this is for the Armor X Pro. I'm gonna be moving to the Cronus Zen, and I'm gonna test out some settings on the Cronus Zen and see if I can find anything new in there, whatever. But I really, really enjoy these. And like I said, I call this one 99 Problems. Imperial Hal, the CEO, he uses 4-3 linear. But once again, we're on console and he's on PC. So what I try to do is get the PC feel, even though we're playing on the console. And it's not going to be the same, but we come real close to matching it. All right, everybody take care and take care of each other. And I'll see y'all in the next video.
here.
Got me eye on an enemy nearby.
But not much. Attention.
First fatality. Let the games begin.
Screw. Enemy here.
We've got 30 seconds to be somewhere else.
The knuckle sandwich. Firing me thermite.
Reload.
Reloading. Rings close. 10 seconds. Hold on to your neck. Go here, fellas.
Reloading. Eliminate the enemy. Taking fire. Shooting. I shattered an enemy's shield.